I feel one. Paul, welcome to our show.
It's good to be here.
Got Animalize coming out. Tell us about it. What does the title mean?
Animalize. I guess it's probably, there's so many people who are trying to reach this high plane of existence, and reading the I Ching or trying to figure out, what the dirt in their navel means. And basically what we're trying to say is people have to animalize. People have to take a couple of steps backwards. Everybody's forgetting that they're human beings and trying to become machines. Well, human beings have just evolved from monkeys, so let's make like the monkeys.
After the success of Lick It Up, did you try to follow the same pattern for songwriting? I know. Go ahead.
Hey, it's your show, pal.
Same pattern for songwriting as Lick It Up?
Same songwriting pattern we always use. I mean, basically, we only write about things that we know. And the things that we know most about are living well and women. I mean, that's a pretty tough life.
Tough life. But there was a period there a couple of years ago where Kiss got away from playing heavy metal.
Right.
Now you're back to it. So there wasn't always that one singular style. What brought you back to playing heavy metal?
Realizing that we didn't know what the hell we were talking about. I think, we've done so many albums, and most bands don't put out the amount of albums that we've done, especially in the period of time. And, some people were saying, boy, man, it's time for you to show everybody how bright you are and that you're really, these incredibly brilliant guys. So, stop trying to find a new word that rhymes with luck, and I don't know, we just went off and tried to be a little smarter than we should have been. And that was due in part to listening to people whose opinions we really valued. Mm-hmm. But, they were wrong.
All right, cut. We have a mic problem. Not on your answer, on your question. Okay. Sorry. Okay, but let him finish the question if his audio is good. Okay? Yes, so you allow him to finish. Okay? And then we'll stop.
I don't know what the problem is. That mic was working before. Hey, I stopped tape, right?
So you stopped tape?
I stopped my tape. Yeah.
Sorry about this.
That's all right.
I think you're used to technical foul-ups.
That's okay.
Richard?
Yeah, I'm going to listen to Billy's album again on the way out.
Continue.
Start, we'll start from the top again.
Oh, so go back over Animalize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
We just repeat the question.
Are you ready to go?
We have speed and...
One
Paul, we've
second.
got a little powder coming from
One.
the nose.
Hi, how you doing?
Give him a test on that mic.
Talk to me, Andy.
Hi, can you hear me now? Is this okay? Is this better?
Yes, it is.
Good, okay. Then we're ready to go. All these attendants waiting hand and foot. What a tough life.
Well, this is the best I've seen yet. I'm going to put the shine back on my nose. I'm putting the shine back on my nose. Are you kidding?
We ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Paul, tell us about Animalize, the new album.
Sorry, Andy, start again, please.
You're
Paul?
perfecting your lines.
I know, that's the truth. Paul, you got a new album out now called Animalize. Tell us what Animalize means.
Well, basically, I think, this is the 80s and everybody's trying to advance to some higher plane of existence, and people are reading all these fancy books and getting into the I Ching and all this kind of nonsense. So what we're trying to tell people is you're better off taking a couple of steps backwards because, man is basically just a few steps past the monkey. So I'm much happier being in the trees than I would be being an IBM computer. So I think it's time everybody just animalized a bit and took a couple of steps backwards, Let's not forget our roots.
But there's this whole heavy metal resurgence going on now. Do you feel Kiss is part of that, or are you beyond that, being one of the first true heavy metal bands?
I don't want to champion anything, I don't want to, I don't think Ford went out and championed the car. Ford went out and talked about Ford because, everybody's got something to offer, and I don't want to come out here and talk about all my pals in heavy metal or something, because, we're a band, and we do what we do, and it's different than what other bands do, and I don't want to I don't want to be lumped together with anybody else, if I can help it, because that may be real comfortable for somebody who needs to put things in categories, but I don't want to be put in a category, and I don't think we should, because all along we've made our own rules. And if there's other people who are now playing the game by our rules, well, more power to them, but welcome aboard.
Well, how do you feel about the newer bands coming along? It seems like everybody with more than one Marshall stack is getting signed. Do you
Right.
view that as healthy or not?
I think it's great. I think what ultimately counts is what people like, and what having a lot of bands around does is gives all you people out there a chance to like something or not like something. And nobody's forcing anybody to buy records or to go to see concerts. So crap is crap, and nobody's going to go for it more than once. So, hey, if you've got green hair and it sells a record, great. I hope you can follow it up with another.
But ironically, just as Kiss dropped makeup a couple of years ago, Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Rat have all emerged using makeup as an integral part of their show. How do you view that?
They're smart. I think it's great, and I think it's real good. I don't want to be judged how heavy I am by what I had for breakfast or by how many studs I have on. So we've done what we've done, and we'll continue to do whatever we feel like doing. But I don't want to look like the bands that are wearing black leather and studs because we once did it, or the bands that are wearing makeup because we once did it. I think if the public gets something great out of it, that's all that counts. We're out there sweating our butts off trying to do the best show we can and give people the best show that's really possible. We're trying to get ourselves off, and if we get off, we figure the audience gets off.
Right.
If there's other bands out there that are doing something that's similar, well, then they learn from the best. So, hey.
7 years ago, Kiss was the biggest band in the world. You went through a period of misdirection, should we say, where many different paths were tried. How close do you feel you are now to getting back to that glory day of 77 or 76?
I don't want to recreate anything. I think that people run into difficulty when they're trying to make something, they're trying to make today yesterday. Elvis wasn't Frank Sinatra, and the Beatles weren't Elvis, and everything has to stand on its own. And the 80s aren't the 70s, and I don't know that we'll ever be what we once were, because that had all different reasons for being what it was. I mean, that was a phenomenon. And the makeup and everything else really did something great, but I don't want to spend my life recreating anything. If what we do is good, it shows in being accepted. And the more people accept it, I take it to mean that it's good. I never wanted to be a starving artist. I don't want to paint the Sistine Chapel. I want to make Wonder Bread for the public. That's what I'm trying to do. I try to do something that's accessible to everybody.
Was there ever a time, though, a couple of years ago, when Kiss was not at the peak, you said, okay, time to try something else. Enough of this.
If anything, all I ever want to do was get back to doing what was most comfortable. You can't do that overnight. But I think when you realize you're doing something that's not comfortable, it still takes a little time to get it back to what you want it to be. I think everything's good for something, and everything that we did before makes us stronger today at what we do. And the mistakes you make, if you learn something from them, will make what you do that much better. I think our records really stand on their own for what they are. Makeup, no makeup, bombs, no bombs, platform boots, no platform boots. We're putting platform boots in our next record.
All right.
That's right.
How would you view Animalize as compared to Lick It Up? Is it a continuation? Is it Lick It Up Part 2? Is it substantially different?
I think it's better. I think the material's better. I think the playing's a lot better. And the singing's a lot better. And I was real pleased with Lick It Up for what it was. I think Animalize is like Lick It Up, better realized. You try to take each album and make it a better version of the one before it. I mean, all I'm trying to do and what we want to do is perfect what we do. I think Animalize is real good. Mark St. John it's just killer guitar playing. I mean, I listen to that album and I hyperventilate when it's over.
Well, since you bring up Mark, tell us how he joined the band. Last time we know about Kiss, Vinnie Vincent was in the band.
Right.
Now there's a new member, Mark St. John.
It's interesting. I mean, obviously, I don't like to see people come and go. I like things to stabilize. Eric's Eric's been in the band 5 years.